Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Listening Practice. I am your host, Sarah, and I am so glad you decided to tune in today. Whether you are here to improve your English comprehension, expand your vocabulary, or simply relax and learn something new, you have come to the right place. Here at English Listening Practice, we believe that the best way to learn a language is not just by memorizing rules, but by listening to stories and ideas that actually matter to your life. Take a moment to look around you right now, or maybe look inside yourself. How do you feel? Are you sharp, focused, and full of energy, or is there a heavy fog in your mind? Do your eyelids feel heavy? Do you feel like you're dragging yourself through the day, waiting for the next cup of coffee? If you answered yes to the second part, you're not alone. In fact, you are part of a global crisis, a silent epidemic that is affecting millions of people right now. We're talking about sleep. Today, in this special hour-long episode, we are going to explore the most underrated yet most powerful tool for your health. We are going to talk about why we sleep, why we lost the ability to sleep well in the modern world, and most importantly, how to fix it. So, get comfortable, put your phone aside if you can, and let's begin our journey. Let's start with a simple question. Why do we sleep? For a long time, scientists didn't really know. Some people used to think that sleep was just a waste of time. There is a famous saying in business culture, "I'll sleep when I'm dead." It sounds tough, it sounds productive, but biologically speaking, it is completely wrong. Matthew Walker, a famous sleep scientist, once said, "Sleep is the single most effective performance-enhancing activity used by human beings." Think about that. It's not a pill, it's not a diet, it's sleep. When you sleep, your body isn't just shutting down like a computer. No, your brain is actually incredibly active. It is working harder than when you are awake. Imagine your brain is like a busy office building. During the day, workers are running around, papers are flying, phones are ringing. It's chaotic. Information is coming in from everywhere. At night, when you close your eyes, the cleaning crew comes in. This isn't a metaphor. It is biology. During sleep, a system in your brain called the glymphatic system opens up. It washes away toxins that built up during the day. One of these toxins is called beta amyloid, which is linked to Alzheimer's disease. So, quite literally, if you don't sleep, you are not cleaning your brain. You're starting the next day with a dirty office. Now, let's talk about the structure of sleep. It's not just one long block of blackness. Sleep happens in cycles. Each cycle lasts about 90 minutes. Now, let's go deeper. Literally. I want you to imagine sleep not as a flat line, but as a staircase. When you fall asleep, you don't just turn off. You walk down this staircase into different chambers of the mind. Scientists divide sleep into two main kingdoms, NREM, non-rapid eye movement, and REM, rapid eye movement. And within these kingdoms, there is a war going on, a war to fix you. Let's talk about the first kingdom, deep sleep. This usually happens in the first half of the night. Imagine you have had a long day at the gym, or you ran a marathon, or simply walked around the city for hours. Your body is tired. Deep sleep is your body mechanic. During this stage, your brain waves slow down to a massive rhythmic pulse. It is almost like a meditative chant. In this state, Your body releases a huge amount of growth hormones. This is why we tell children they need to sleep to grow. But even for adults, this is vital. This is when your muscles repair themselves. This is when your skin regenerates. You have heard the phrase beauty sleep, right? Well, it is not a myth. It is scientific fact. If you want to look young, the best cosmetic cream in the world is deep sleep. But there's something even more important happening here: your immune system. While you are in deep sleep, your body is restocking its weapon supply to fight cancer cells and viruses. If you cut your sleep short, you're sending your army into battle without ammunition. Now, let's walk back up the staircase and enter the second kingdom: REM sleep. This is the celebrity of sleep stages. This is where dreams happen. REM stands for rapid eye movement. If you watch a baby sleeping, sometimes you see their eyes darting back and forth under their eyelids. They are in REM sleep. But why do we do this? Is it just to watch movies in our heads? No. REM sleep is emotional therapy. Think about a painful memory, maybe a bad breakup or a time you were embarrassed in public. It hurt, right? But does it hurt as much today as it did when it first happened? Probably not. Why? Because of REM sleep. During this stage, your brain takes the memory, strips away the painful emotional layer, and files it away as simple information. It separates the emotion from the event. It's like taking the bitter peel off an orange and just keeping the fruit. There's a famous expression in English: sleep on it. If you have a big decision or a big problem, people say, just sleep on it. This is actually brilliant advice. During REM sleep, your brain connects unrelated ideas. It's the most creative state of mind. Famous songs, scientific discoveries, and book plots have come to people in their dreams. Paul McCartney woke up with the melody for the song Yesterday in his head. He didn't write it, he dreamt it. So when you wake up in the morning with the solution to a problem you couldn't solve yesterday, you have REM sleep to thank for that. Here's the catch, and this is very important. These two stages, deep sleep and REM sleep, don't happen at the same time. Deep sleep loves the beginning of the night, 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. REM sleep loves the early morning, 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. So imagine you wake up 2 hours earlier than usual to go to work or study. You might think, I only lost 2 hours. It's not a big deal. But mathematically, you didn't lose 25% of your sleep. You might have lost 60 to 70% of your REM sleep. You are deleting your emotional therapy session. This is why when you're sleep deprived, the smallest things make you angry. You spill coffee on your shirt and you want to cry. Someone cuts you off in traffic and you feel rage. It's not because you're a bad person. It's because your brain is emotionally fragile. You missed your REM sleep. So we know sleep keeps us young, healthy, and sane. But what happens when we don't get it? What is the true cost of sleeplessness? Is it just being tired? Or is it something much darker? In the next part, we're going to look at the scary truth about what happens to your body after just one night of bad sleep. The data might shock you, but it might also save your life. Stay with me. So far, we have talked about the magic of sleep. We know it cleans the brain and heals the heart. But now, we need to have a serious conversation. We need to talk about what happens when you don't do it. I want to be clear. I am not here to scare you, but the science is undeniable, and pretending it doesn't exist won't help us. Let's look at the price tag of sleeplessness. And the first item on the bill is your memory. Have you ever studied for an exam, stayed up all night cramming information, and then felt like the information just vanished a few days later? There is a reason for that. Inside your brain, there is a structure called the hippocampus. Think of the hippocampus as the inbox of your email or a USB stick. It receives all the new files, names, and facts you learn during the day. But here is the problem. The hippocampus has a limited storage capacity. It gets full. If you don't sleep, you don't click the save button. During deep sleep, your brain moves those files from the small USB stick, the hippocampus, to the hard drive, the cortex, for long-term storage. Without sleep, those memories are overwritten. They're gone. So, for the students listening to this, pulling an all-nighter is scientifically the worst way to study. You might pass the test the next morning, but you will forget the information next week. But memory is just the beginning. Let's talk about your physical body. Let's talk about your heart. There is a global experiment performed on 1.6 billion people twice a year. It is called daylight savings time. In the spring, when we lose just 1 hour of sleep, do you know what happens? Heart attacks increase by 24% the following day. Just 1 hour. In the autumn, when we gain an hour of sleep, heart attacks drop by 21%. This is terrifying, isn't it? It shows how fragile our bodies are when it comes to sleep. Lack of sleep keeps your blood pressure high. It keeps your stress hormones, like cortisol, active when they should be resting. It's like driving your car with the engine overheating every single day. Now let's talk about something many of us struggle with: weight gain. Have you ever noticed that when you're tired, you don't crave a salad? You crave pizza, burgers, chocolate, and pasta. You are not weak. Your hormones are hijacked. Sleep controls two powerful hormones, leptin and ghrelin. Leptin tells your brain, "I'm full, stop eating." Ghrelin tells your brain, "I am hungry, eat now." When you sleep less than 6 or 7 hours, leptin, the fullness hormone, disappears, and ghrelin, the hunger hormone, skyrockets. So, you are biologically programmed to overeat. Your body thinks it is starving because it is stressed. Trying to lose weight while being sleep-deprived is like trying to swim upstream with a backpack full of rocks. It is possible, but it is unnecessarily hard. I can feel the tension. I know this sounds heavy. We talked about memory loss. We talked about heart risks. We talked about weight gain. And I know many of you are thinking, "Oh no, Sarah, I've been sleeping poorly for years. Is it too late? Am I broken?" The answer is a loud, clear no. You are not broken. The human body is the most forgiving machine on earth. It wants to heal. It is waiting for you to give it the chance. The damage is not permanent if you start making changes now. And that brings us to the most important part of this episode. We're done with the scary stuff. Now we are going to build your sanctuary. How do we fix this? How do we engineer the perfect night of sleep even in our noisy, busy, stressful modern world? It turns out there are 4 pillars of good sleep. And the first one starts before you even get into bed. It starts with the air around you.
let's talk about temperature.
We are going to build your perfect night. As I mentioned, there are pillars to good sleep, and the first one usually surprises people. It is temperature. Most people think a cozy, warm bedroom is the key to sleep. Actually, it is the opposite. To fall asleep and stay asleep, your core body temperature needs to drop by about 1 degree Celsius, or 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit. If your room is too hot, your brain cannot make this switch. It stays alert. Think about our ancestors. They slept outside or in caves. At night, the temperature naturally drops. Our bodies evolved to expect this cooling signal. It is the biological trigger that says, the sun is down, it is time to rest. So, what is the magic number? According to Sleep Foundations, the ideal bedroom temperature is around 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. That's about 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. I know, that sounds cold, but that is why we have blankets. You want your body to be cool, but your skin to be warm under the covers. So, if you are struggling to sleep, try turning down the heater or opening a window just a little bit. The second pillar is light. We live in a dark-deprived society. We are bathed in artificial light from the moment we wake up until we close our eyes. This confuses a very tiny but very important hormone called melatonin. Melatonin is the vampire hormone. It only comes out in the dark. When the sun goes down, your brain should start releasing melatonin to tell your body it is time to sleep. But when you look at your phone, your laptop, or your TV, you are blasting your eyes with blue light. To your ancient brain, blue light means daytime. It means the sun is still up, so your brain slams the brakes on melatonin. Checking your phone for just 5 minutes before bed can delay your melatonin release by over an hour. You are essentially giving yourself mini jet lag every single night. The solution? You don't have to live in a cave, but try to dim the lights in your house 1 hour before bed. Turn off the big overhead lights. Use warm, yellow lamps. And please, try to keep the screens out of the bedroom. Now, we come to the third pillar, and if you only remember one thing from this entire podcast, let it be this. It is regularity. Regularity is the king of sleep. This means going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time every single day. Yes, even on weekends. I know what you're thinking, but Sarah, it's the weekend. I want to sleep in. Here's the problem. Your body has an internal clock. It loves predictability. It thrives on rhythm. If you wake up at 7 a.m. on weekdays and 11 a.m. on weekends, you are confusing your biological clock. Scientists call this social jet lag. By the time Sunday night comes, your body isn't ready to sleep early, so you wake up Monday morning feeling terrible. It's not because Mondays are bad, it's because you broke your rhythm. So set an alarm for the morning and stick to it. Even if you had a bad night of sleep, wake up at your normal time. This will build sleep pressure so you can sleep better the following night. Do not try to catch up on sleep. Sleep is not a bank. You cannot pay back a debt later. So, we have a cool room, we have a dark room, and we have a consistent schedule. These are the foundations. But there is another piece of the puzzle, something that happens before the night even begins. Believe it or not, a good night's sleep actually starts the moment you wake up in the morning. What is the first thing you do when you open your eyes? Do you reach for your phone? Do you stay in the dark? Or do you reach for a coffee cup? Your morning habits dictate your night's rest. In the next section, we are going to talk about the morning protocol.
we are going to talk about sunshine, and we are going to have a tricky conversation about caffeine.
Good morning. It sounds strange to say that in a podcast about sleep, doesn't it? But as we hinted before, a good night's sleep does not start at 10 p.m. It starts at 7 a.m., or whenever you wake up. There are two major biological switches that control your energy: light and chemicals. Let's start with light. Your eyes are not just cameras for seeing the world. They are also biological clocks. At the back of your eye, there are special cells that detect light. When they see bright morning sunlight, they send a signal directly to your brain to say, "The day has begun. Reset the timer." This timer starts a countdown. It tells your body to release cortisol now to wake you up, and, this is the magic part, it starts a timer for the release of melatonin 12 to 14 hours later. So if you don't get light in the morning, your brain doesn't know when to start the countdown for the night. Here is the rule. Get sunlight in your eyes within 30 to 60 minutes of waking up. And no, looking through a window or a windshield doesn't count. Glass filters out too much of the light spectrum you need. You need to step outside. Even on a cloudy day, the light outside is 10 times stronger than the brightest lamp in your house. Just 10 minutes of morning air can change your entire night. Now, let's have a difficult conversation. Let's talk about everyone's favorite drug, caffeine. I love coffee. I know you probably love it too. It makes us feel sharp, alert, and ready to conquer the world. But most people misunderstand how caffeine works. They think caffeine gives you energy. It does not. Caffeine acts like a pause button for tiredness. Inside your brain, there is a chemical called adenosine. Think of adenosine as sleep pressure. It builds up every hour you are awake. The more adenosine you have, the sleepier you feel. When you drink coffee, the caffeine blocks the adenosine receptors. It effectively mutes the signal. The adenosine is still building up in the background, but your brain can't feel it. Here's the problem. Caffeine stays in your system much longer than you think. Caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 7 hours. This means if you have a cup of coffee at 4 p.m., by 10 p.m., 50% of that caffeine is still floating around in your brain. Trying to sleep with 50% of a coffee in your system is like trying to park a car while pressing the gas pedal slightly. You might fall asleep, but you won't get that deep, restorative sleep we talked about earlier. You will wake up feeling unrefreshed. And what will you do? You will drink more coffee. It is a vicious cycle. So here is the actionable advice. I am not asking you to quit coffee. Just change the timing. Try to stop drinking caffeine 10 hours before you plan to sleep. If you go to bed at 10 p.m., your last coffee should be at noon. Switch to decaf or herbal tea in the afternoon. Your brain will thank you. So, we have mastered the morning. We got our sunlight, and we put the coffee away after lunch. Now the day is over. The sun is setting, you are tired. But for many of us, this is where the struggle begins. The mind starts racing, the worries of tomorrow start creeping in. You lay in bed, but your brain refuses to shut down. In the next section, we're going to design the evening wind down. We will talk about how to detach from the digital world, and I will share a specific technique used by soldiers to relax your body in under 2 minutes. The day is done. The sun has set. The world is getting darker. But inside our homes and inside our heads, the noise is often louder than ever. We are constantly connected. Emails, notifications, news, social media. It never stops. If the morning is about charging up, the evening must be about powering down. You cannot sprint at full speed and then expect to stop instantly. A car needs a braking distance. Your brain needs a braking distance too. I want to introduce you to a concept called the 3-2-1 rule. It is a simple framework to structure your evening. Here is how it works. 3 hours before bed, no more food. Let your stomach rest so your body can focus on repair, not digestion. 2 hours before bed, no more work. Close the laptop. Put away the emails. Your brain needs to know that the workday is officially over. 1 hour before bed, no more screens. This is the hardest one, I know. But remember the blue light we talked about? This is the hour to read a real book, listen to music, or talk to your family. But Sarah, even if I turn off my phone, my mind is still racing. I lay in bed thinking about my to-do list. This is called tired but wired. Your body is exhausted, but your mind is running a marathon. To fix this, we need to manually switch your nervous system from fight or flight to rest and digest. I want to teach you a technique that is purportedly used by the U.S. military to help soldiers sleep in difficult conditions. It is called the military method, or sometimes progressive muscle relaxation. You can try this with me right now or tonight when you get into bed. Here's how it works. First, lie down on your back. Close your eyes. We are going to shut down your body, part by part, like turning off the lights in a big house. Start with your face. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyes. Relax your jaw. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. We hold so much tension in our face without realizing it. Let it go. Now, move down to your shoulders. Drop them down as low as they can go. Release the tension in your neck. Move to your arms. Let them feel heavy. Imagine they are sinking into the mattress. Take a deep breath. Exhale slowly and relax your chest. Now move down to your legs. Relax your thighs. Relax your calves. Finally, relax your feet and toes. Imagine a warm sensation flowing from the top of your head all the way down to your fingertips and toes. Now that your body is relaxed, you need to clear your mind. Picture yourself lying in a canoe on a calm lake, nothing but blue sky above you. Or imagine you're lying in a black velvet hammock in a pitch-black room. If thoughts come, don't fight them. Just acknowledge them and let them float away like clouds. Repeat to yourself gently, don't think, don't think, don't think. This technique takes practice, but if you do it every night for 6 weeks, it trains your brain to fall asleep on command. We have built the perfect environment. We have prepared the body. We have calmed the mind. But there is one final topic we need to address: the medicine cabinet. Many people turn to pills and supplements when they can't sleep. Melatonin, magnesium, herbal teas. Do they work? Are they safe? Or are they just placebos? In our next section, we're going to look at the science of supplements, what is worth your money, and what you should avoid. We have arrived at the medicine cabinet. When we can't sleep, we want a quick fix. We want a pill that just turns the lights off. So let's talk about the most popular sleep aid in the world: melatonin. You can buy it everywhere. But is it actually a sleeping pill? Not exactly. Remember earlier when we talked about the starter gun for a race? Melatonin is the starter gun. It tells the runners, your body, to get ready on the starting line. It signals timing, but it doesn't make the runners run. It doesn't generate sleep itself. For most people, taking melatonin supplements is not necessary because your body produces it naturally if you dim the lights. However, it is fantastic for one thing: jet lag. If you fly to a different time zone, melatonin can help reset your internal clock. But for nightly use, it is often a placebo. And if you take too much, you might actually mess up your natural production. Now, let's talk about a mineral that is actually quite helpful: magnesium. Many people are deficient in magnesium without knowing it. Magnesium helps calm the nervous system. It helps your muscles relax. Taking a magnesium supplement, specifically magnesium glycinate or citrate, about an hour before bed can act like a gentle blanket for your nervous system. It won't knock you out, but it helps you let go of tension. Of course, always check with your doctor before starting any new supplement. But now, we have to bust the biggest, most dangerous myth of all: alcohol. I just need a nightcap to help me sleep. We have all heard it. Maybe we have done it. Alcohol makes you lose consciousness faster. That is true. But, and this is a huge but, sedation is not sleep. When you drink alcohol, you are sedating your cortex. You are essentially doing the same thing as anesthesia. You are just knocking out your brain cells. This is not natural sleep. Alcohol does two terrible things to your night. First, it fragments your sleep. You might not remember it, but you wake up many times during the night for very short periods. Your sleep becomes choppy, not smooth. Second, alcohol acts like a parasite for REM sleep. It blocks your dream sleep. Remember emotional therapy? Remember memory processing? Alcohol blocks that. This is why after a night of drinking, you might wake up feeling exhausted even if you slept for 8 hours. You didn't sleep. You were just unconscious. So if you want high-quality rest, try to stop drinking alcohol at least 3 hours before bed. We have covered a lot of ground today, from the science of brain cleaning, to the temperature of your room, to the truth about your morning coffee. It feels like a lot of rules, doesn't it? But please, don't let this stress you out. Stress is the enemy of sleep. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything we talked about tonight. Just pick one thing. Maybe dim the lights tonight. Maybe skip that afternoon coffee tomorrow. Small changes compound over time. As we come to the end of our hour together, I want to leave you with a final thought and a short guided relaxation to send you off. And here we are, the end of our journey. We have traveled through the landscape of the night. We explored the deep chambers of your brain, the rhythms of your hormones, and the quiet corners of your bedroom. If you feel overwhelmed by all this information, take a deep breath. You don't need to change your entire life tonight. Sleep is not a project to be perfected. It is a friend to be welcomed. Just start with one small thing. Maybe tonight you just put the phone away 30 minutes earlier. That's enough. That is a victory. Remember, sleep is the single most effective way to reset your brain and body health each day. It is Mother Nature's best effort yet at immortality. And it is free. Now, before I say goodbye, I want to give you a gift. I want to leave you with a simple breathing technique that you can use right now or whenever you feel stressed.
It is called the 4-7-8 breathing method. It works like a natural tranquilizer for your nervous system. You don't have to do anything. Just listen to my voice and follow along. Find a comfortable position. Relax your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. We are going to inhale through the nose for a count of 4. We will hold that breath for a count of 7. And we will exhale forcefully through the mouth for a count of 8. Ready? Let's try it together. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Now hold it. Keep it in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now exhale through your mouth. Make a whoosh sound. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do it one more time. Inhale deeply. Feel the air filling your chest. 4 seconds. Hold it. Let the oxygen circulate. 7 seconds. And exhale. Let all the tension go out. 8 seconds. Notice how your body feels. Slower, heavier, calmer. This is the state where sleep begins. Thank you for spending this hour with me on English listening practice. If you found value in this episode, please consider subscribing to the channel and sharing it with someone who needs a better night's rest. Your support helps us create more content like this. I am Sarah. I hope you have a wonderful night. Sleep well.